I got a really late start today. Not because I slept in or anything like that, because I didn't. I got up and I started trying to work, and I work from home. It's a little classified, so I'm not going to get into a bunch of detail. But last night, the reason I seemed kind of down was because one of my major projects that I've been working on for a little while got messed up. There was a little bit of an error, and I tried to salvage it the best I could. I actually ended up salvaging it somewhat, which is great because I didn't think I was going to be able to do anything with it. But I did end up taking a hit on that one, a good $100 or so, which sucks. But oh well, things happen. So today I'm a little bit more upbeat because I found out that I sold that thing, that project. So I sold it as a unique mess up, basically. So it was basically somebody bought my boo boo, which is great because that means that I don't have to stress about that, um, which is good. But because it took so long, I didn't get started with my steps for like forever. I did that, and then I had to take some library books back. So I went ahead and I took the library books back. I dropped them off. I know the librarian there kind of well because I'm a bookworm, even though I have my own collection of books, still boxed up, by the way. Except for what I've read in the last like not very long. That was what I read during the move, when I had time. So I know him kind of well, so I was like, hey, yeah, would you mind bringing out the book that I asked you for and picking these books up? And he was like, yeah, no, I don't mind at all. So I just ran across the street and we did that like that. And then I hopped back in the car and decided that I was going to I didn't want to take the kids in anywhere right now because there have been a few local cases of COVID. And by local, I mean within a 45-minute drive from us. That's pretty local around here because the town is so small that if you actually want to go anywhere or do anything, you have to travel anywhere from 45 minutes to an hour and a half. That part kind of sucks. But I found this town. It's actually in New York, but it's got a lot of stuff there, and I like it. I like that town. It makes me all hopeful when I go there. But anyway, so yeah, we live out in the boonies, which is kind of scary because the dogs went like crazy barking, and it freaked me out a little bit. She did that twice, back to back, and I was just like, I'm the man of the house. Oh crap! What am I gonna do? So I'm like walking all brave, like going up to the window, looking through, like, please don't let there be something crazy or, something I need to call Sam and Dean for. Lurking out my window, and I'm just looking like I'm just a boss. Like, ain't nothing gonna mess with me because, I gotta be tough. I got two little ones, they're watching me. They need their mama to be tough, so I'm being tough. I swear, though, if something had jumped out at me, I'd have probably screamed like a little girl and probably shot it. And that would have been probably pretty sad for Bambi. And there wasn't a deer out there, but that's probably all that's actually going to come around here. Although supposedly we have bears, but I'm not actually afraid of bears. I like bears. I have a respect for bears. So I'm gonna respect their space, and I'm gonna be smart and stay in my space. Speaking of MySpace, what actually happened to that? Does anybody know? Because MySpace was the crap. Facebook was like nerd, 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 and nobody wanted it. And then all of a sudden, MySpace is out, Facebook is in, and I'm like, what happened? I remember spending like 45 freaking minutes just trying to pick out a song to put on my page for MySpace when I was younger. Like, why was that cool? Nobody knows, but it was like the perfect song. It expresses you perfectly or some crap. So I don't know. It was weird. But it was fun, but it was weird. So I got the work done. I didn't think that I was going to get all of my steps done because I like got back and I was like, be like 11 o'clock. I'm going to be pushing it. That's if I don't even stop. But I ended up getting everything done. I ended up getting over 31,000 steps done, which is great, especially when I thought that I was going to be barely making it to like 27,000. Like, I was a little panicked. I was like, I can't let my viewers down. No, I told them I was doing 30,000 steps. I'm doing 30,000 steps, darn it. And I was so determined. So I put on some Netflix on my phone, and I put my phone on the treadmill, and I just sat there and I like binge watched it. I was like, nope, this is gonna take my mind off of it. Because I tried reading, because normally I try to read on the treadmill. The first live that I did with this challenge was me reading on a treadmill. That's all I did for 5 hours. But because I was kind of tired and I was kind of, honestly, the book didn't get to the interesting part yet, and you got to read all the other stuff so that it makes sense in later times. But to be honest, it gets boring, so you have to actually sit there and really read it slowly. And you don't do slow on a treadmill, especially when I was hightailing it. Like, I was going fast, like a whole mile per hour above what I normally walk when my adrenaline's pumping. So I was moving. But I made it by 9:30, and I surprised the crap out of myself. I was like, I'm just gonna walk through dinner. I'm not even gonna have dinner tonight. It's gonna be fine. It's gonna be fine. I finished by 9:30. I was like, we having a late dinner, and I made tacos. I did. And actually, I made them out of venison, so they were super healthy and super delicious. And it was good. I ended up getting to eat a whole bowl of the taco meat with like a bunch of salsa, because salsa is kind of like you cut the taco meat with it and it makes it go further, but it also gives it a lot of flavor and helps reduce the calorie content, which is great. So if you're looking to get full but you are low on calories, I suggest that, because it's only 15 calories for like 2 tablespoons or some crap. It's like super, you can just eat a whole bunch of it and not have to worry about anything. But the chips now, don't do the chips. That is just a downhill slope. Don't do it. And if you're going to do it, count them out first before you do anything else. Count them out. Because otherwise you will overeat on chips, and chips make you fat. I don't want to insult nobody, but that's exactly what happens. I mean, it literally is, look at the back of the bag. Look at the back of the bag. It says trans fats. Trans fats make you fat. You transitioning into fat. I'm just rambling, to be honest. But I am super proud of myself because I got the steps done, and I just wanted to let y'all know that day 11, got it done. Day 12, gonna suck. I'm pretty sure I got like 3 extra blisters that I didn't have because I was moving and my feet were getting hot and I wasn't stopping. Also, my calves are getting buff. Like, they are getting buff. Like, they are rock solid, and I had to I paused for just like a second because I had to like squeeze them and like punch on them and stuff to try to get them to like not ache as I was going, so that I wouldn't actually have to like take a break. And they are getting strong. Which is funny because, you know, it's wintertime, so nobody's going to see them anyway. Which is probably a good thing because I feel like I'm overly muscular in my calves. I don't know if that's possible or if that's just a weird, like, chicks, we kind of pick on ourselves about everything. It doesn't matter what it is. We're not perfect. We know it. So we automatically just assume that we are like the opposite of perfect in everything. So it's like, I don't really like my hair, you know? And everybody's like, oh, well, they want curly hair, but they have straight hair. And you want straight hair because you've got curly hair. That's how it happens. And you might have really strong legs, but then you're like, oh, well, now I look like a dude. But other girls are like, man, I wish my legs were that strong, you know? And it just happens. And then, like, example, girls that are well endowed. Yeah, most of the time we spend time hating on ourselves because we're like, well, we don't get to wear the pretty bras. The little girls get to wear the pretty bras. Come on now, that's not fair. But the ones that are wearing the pretty bras are like, yeah, but we need pretty bras to draw attention because we don't have what y'all got. So it's just like goes back and forth, and everybody ends up like wanting what the other one has instead of just being content. That got really deep really fast. I'm going to go ahead and cut the stream off right now, though. So, thanks for tuning in. Sorry about the rambling. Hopefully I'll see you in the next video. Please don't forget to like, comment, subscribe. Feel free to go ahead and tell me how crazy I am. Just go ahead. It's okay. I will see you in the next video, guys.